Hello, friends. It's Lucian. I wanted to add my voice to the Me Too campaign because I definitely have been a victim of sexual harassment and rape. Strangers, a stranger once, as far as the rape goes. And the rest of them were in relationships. And I know that some people still don't realize that it's still considered rape even if you're in a relationship with someone, but it definitely is. And I read an article about how women have learned to be very nice to people that are verbally sexually harassing them, we have BART out here, or a train, subway, bus, whatever, club. And that's our defense mechanism. And oftentimes I've found that that's the best way to diffuse things as well. You have to kind of read them and judge and know that if you're judging wrong, your safety is at risk and possibly your life. Some people it does best to ignore them. Some people it does best to respond, but they're like, "Hey, baby, what time are you getting off?" Like if you're at work, my response would be, "Oh, about an hour after I get home." Or if they ask you, "Hey, you want to come home with me?" and you say, "Oh, I'm in a relationship, sorry," for an example. And then they start hurling insults at you, calling you a slut and a cunt and a skank. And oftentimes the best way is to try to diffuse things, to respond with laughter or with, "I'm sorry," or whatever. And it shouldn't have to be that way. It should never have to be that way. But since it is, never feel ashamed of what you need to do to get yourself out of a situation. If you fought back and so they were meaner and you're guilting yourself about it, you never know how mean or not they would have been otherwise. If you had a gun to your head and you chose not to fight and you feel guilty for that, don't. You kept yourself alive. You know? No one should have to go through that. And if you have, I'm so sorry. But you are beautiful and you are worthwhile and you are worth more than a sexual assault. You are worth more than a rape. You are worth much more than anything that's happened to you. And sometimes it can take a long time to dust ourselves off. Sometimes we can have PTSD for years. I suffer from PTSD from relationships, from the sex and other things. But you don't have to live like that. I'm currently going through EMDR to help rid myself of my PTSD. But if you're not ready for that, then that's okay. Take whatever time you need. Heal yourself. Love yourself. Be gentle to yourself. Your inner voice determines how you think about yourself, and if your inner voice is constantly telling you all the things you're doing wrong, then you're going to have low self-esteem. So change your inner monologue. It takes a lot of time and a lot of work. They say that the way our parents talk to us become our inner voice. So sit there and think about that for a minute. And think about how you would have wanted your parents to talk to you. And then talk to yourself that way. In my opinion, that is the best way to recover from any kind of trauma, is to change your inner voice. No matter what, take care of yourself. I love you all. And if you want to leave comments about your experiences or have questions about mine, feel free to. I'd love to hear from you. Also, I did an in-depth video a while back about one of the rapes that I went through, the one that was perpetuated by a stranger, and I will leave that link in the comments if anyone would like to link over and watch it. And if you feel like it, subscribe, and I will talk to you all again soon. Alright, bye.